So, hi guys, Snegla. This is the my 11/11 live feed today. So let's just see. I'm just getting started right now, waiting for people to come in. So I'm just gonna take my time. How's everybody doing with the energies? Oh, hi. Hi guys. Hey Diane, Andrea, my lovely Roberta. How's Brazil doing? How's everybody doing today? What a gorgeous day. Hi. Oh my God. Love you guys. Thank you. I hope you can, if you guys can hear me well, can you see well? I'm going to try to read your comments. Okay. So everybody's going to be coming in before I get started with the reading itself. It turned out to be actually a beautiful day here in Massachusetts. Good morning. I love you too. That's awesome. Okay, it's exciting today. I'm really excited to spend some time with you today. I know I did it last year. I did my 11/11 live video as well. So I wanted to do the same thing this year. I gotta tell you, it's not easy to do those live videos because I've been like going on, you know, through a lot in the last month and a half. Been doing so much clearing, so much transmuting of energies, collective as well as in my own life. And it's been such an amazing ride. I've learned so much in a month and a half, especially since Venus went retrograde. And I know that most of us have been feeling the same thing. Hi. That's awesome. Well, it's good to see you guys today. So how is 11/11 doing around the world? I've got some people here from different places around the US, around, you know, different continents as well. So we'll just wait for a few minutes. I know some people are going to be coming in before I get started with talking about what I feel about 11/11, what's going on. And I'm sure I would love to have some of your questions as well on the energies, on whatever you need to know about healing, about, you know, things that can help the collective, I hope. And I'm also be okay with getting like bilingual questions, English and Arabic. So that will be something I can do as well. So one of the things that have been happening for most of us, we've been going through some major shifts. I've been talking about these shifts for a while now, and we've been going through you know, many transitions, many transformations in the past several months. I mean, since the beginning of the year, we've been having this major shift, especially in the masculine energies, and of course the divine feminine have been doing great anyway. So there will be so much coming in, and I know I'm going to be tuning in to listen to what Spirit wants to say about 11/11 and what that really means for us. So bear with me as I wait a little bit until some more people come in, because I don't want to get started with everything, and I know some people really want to join the live feed. So just bear with me. So Andrea, how was BAM? If you wanted to say how was BAM? I know you attended the Twin Flames together in Canada, so I hope you had a great time, and I'm sure Diana, you know, all you guys have had a great time over there. Oh, hi Sona, how are you? So bear with me as I read all the comments coming in as the screen keeps moving. So let me ask you guys, how has been the beginning? How was October for you guys? Because I know I brought in my reading at the beginning of October. We've been going through some deep healing, especially for the feminine energies. And I know that we've all been watching the divine masculine energies going through some amazing transformations as well. Many have been, I've been getting a lot of contacts and a lot of messages from people about how the energies have been manifesting for them. So how was it for you guys? Hola. So let's see what's coming. The guys are saying October has been a very transformative month for all of us. It's a number 10 month, so it means that we've done some finalizing of some amazing things. So we've been beginning from the beginning of the year. Each month has been building up to the month of October, because I know many people have had some abrupt endings in the month of October, which is, it's a 10 month. So it means that some issues that we've started from the beginning of the year have been finalizing by that month. So it's been very intense for many people. They're saying that the Divine Feminine has been going through some deep healing, especially relating to family issues and situations regarding their role in their families. So that's been really big. And they're saying that the Divine Masculine have been letting go, actually, of their connections, their own families, which is really interesting. How, they've been doing a lot of work since the beginning of the year. So let me just tune in a little bit and just talk about what 1111 really means. 1111 is it's a binary code. It's a binary code. It's like a transformative code, because I'm channeling as well as I'm speaking. They're saying that the soul can speak in many languages, but the main language that it speaks is the language of codes. It's like a computer code. And that software is available within each one of us. Oh, hi, Naseem, how are you? They're saying that these codes are the language of the universe. And the universe communicates. All the, every part of the universe communicates with every part. This is how you can be living on planet Earth while you're communicating with someone living on, on another planet or another star or another galaxy, is through these codes. These codes are transferred from one point to the other using the language of light, using the light speed, and even much more than that. There are other speeds that we can't even know about, because we're still very much into our own human knowledge that really cannot understand the language of much higher energies, much higher frequencies, and much higher vibrations. So as much as we can think about the light energy or the speed of light as the high speed that humans can scientifically understand and scientifically interpret and use as a measurement unit, we can comprehend other kinds of speeds, if we want to talk about speeds between moving something from one point to the other. We cannot comprehend much faster than that. This is what our human physical knowledge can understand at the point. So when we are communicating with other galaxies, when we are channeling, for example, as a, when you're channeling, if you can imagine, you're channeling something and you're connecting with another soul on another planet, on another galaxy, your human mind, your human capacity of understanding, you wouldn't like a light speed, for example. So they're saying that that code, like 1111, represents that kind of a code that connects point A to point B and everything else in between. This is like, they're showing me like a network around the universe, like a net kind of a thing around the universe. Oh, hi guys. I'm gonna try to catch up because I'm channeling, so I'm glad that you guys can join. Welcome to my channel again. When I get into channeling, I kind of like, I have to really totally focus on what I'm doing, because I'm talking about the 1111 as a binary code. So they're saying that our connection to this whole idea about the 1111 or the number 1 in general is that code, that speed of energy and vibration and frequency that is being carried on those this kind of a number and this kind of a symbol in a way. So our fascination with that 1111 code is a fascination with our souls and our fascination with our spirits and what human capacity or the idea of our connection to our soul can really do. Oh, hi, Delia, how are you? Oh, good to have you join. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that because I want to say that I want to see what they're trying to tap in. So they're gonna get deeper into what that 1111 really means, and I know that fascination around the world with that binary code. I didn't do very well in my computer classes, but I'm gonna try. So the idea that we talk about that November 11, 11, 11, all these specific numbers are codes by which the universe can talk. Even when we're seeing those specific numbers that represent angel numbers, and if anyone wants to understand what angel numbers are, these are, you can see the triple digits, like a 333, a 444, a 999, and each one of these angel numbers is a code, is a specific code. And it has a specific meaning. Again, when we are connecting with these codes and these numbers, these are direct communication that we are having with the universe, not just with our guides as well. So in a way, you create your own code, you create your own language that you use to speak with, you know, in your communication with the universe. So at times you can read many meanings to these numbers, but at the same time, you have to create your own connection to it. Because each one of us represents, we are our own unique unit. So your connection to the universe, your understanding with the universe has to come from what belongs to you as well. So as much as we can have major meanings like general definitions of these angel numbers or these codes like the 1111 or you know, all these triple digit codes, for example, or even a double digit or just a one digit, and the numerology itself, it is your specific language. So the universe will communicate to you with the language that you speak. They're saying that, you know, of course, many of us are understanding this whole idea that there's a massive awakening that is happening around the planet because many more people are starting to connect with these kinds of codes. See, it's a universal language. And in this kind of physical life that we live, each country, each place, each village, each team of people speak their own language. And when we are communicating with the universe, we are in a way tapping into that universal language that connects all of us as humans, especially living on this earth, as well as connecting with other beings around the galaxies. So the idea of the mass awakenings is about more and more people letting go of this idea of division and the idea that we are all separate, and because we have separate languages, separate religions, separate cultures, separate ethnic backgrounds and colors, and we what's been happening with the humans and what is happening especially with the patriarchy, it's been really focusing on those divisions and highlighting them in the media or highlighting them in you know, as a source of a division between humans. So we are now tapping into the very different mentality, which is connecting to the universal language of oneness and unity. Because everything in this universe, we talk about the 1111, and I'm gonna keep repeating some of the things because tapping into these different things, as some people are coming into the live, and some people we are all coming from very different backgrounds. So I'm going to try to make things as easy as possible so everybody can really understand what I'm talking about. We're going to be tapping more into the idea and into the new concepts of the new earth and then the new timelines we're moving into, which is union, oneness, unity of humanity, as well as why we're all so connected and we're never really separate, by those divisions that the patriarchy and that the old templates, the old social paradigms has been connecting us to. So in a way, when these binary codes, or when these light codes and universal codes come into Earth with these dates and with energies that we actually start to feel, it is again as a flame or as a light that really connects with the souls, connects with the language of the soul that really we were created with. God created us, the source energy created us with, so we can tap into the origins of our creation, which is union and oneness, and that there is no real separation between people. So many people, they're saying that many people are now starting to tap into these codes consciously. They're doing it consciously, and some are getting these codes anyway because it's again in their subconscious soul, and their souls are really tapping into them, but it takes a little bit of time for your physical reality to catch up. So so yes, they're saying that we are definitely shifting into that higher vibration, that higher connection to the divine. Hello, everyone who just joined. I'm really glad that you guys can join. So please bear with me as I'm gonna try to look and see if get any questions. It's been nice and sunny here. Oh, hi, Juman, how are you? Wow, it's just so amazing to connect with people with different time zones. Awesome. PR, thank you. Awesome, great numbers. Yep. It's a little bit slow, but I'm gonna try to take my time with it. I don't know, Mercury is going into retrograde in about 10 days, but somehow I've been feeling it like really starting much earlier than that. Awesome, great. Bear with me, guys, as I get to see your comments, because I was channeling. Yes, Dawn, I'm awesome, Dawn. This is really amazing. I'm glad you're working on yourself. Beverly, hi, it's me. Hi, Marwa. It is amazing. It's amazing, really, when I connect with people. There's so many people around the world, and thank you for taking the time to join my live feed today. Hi. Okay, so my computer's been really slow. So apparently Mercury has been retrograding much earlier for me. I've been getting the energies. I get the energies like at least a week or 10 days earlier than most people. So, and then I get done with energies faster. So that's really good. I'm gonna try to get more questions. So as I'm talking about this binary code, this 1111 code, and I know people get really excited about it. I get excited about it too, but let me connect with them again and see what's happening, because I'm connecting with galactic energy right now. I'm having a hard time. I don't know why. My computer is really slow, so I can get to your comments. So please, I apologize for that. A little bit of technical difficulty with my live feed. Cliff, hi. Nice to meet you. Yes, I hope you can comment. Welcome to everyone who's just joining my live feed. I've been talking about the binary code of 1111. So I hope I'll be, you know, sharing that video again a little later, so you guys can watch it and watch what's coming with it, because it's really important that you understand what these codes are. I know there's a lot of information out there, but when I tap into information, I take my time with it, because in a way that I get to learn things from the source more than reading it. Sometimes I can read information, I don't really understand it as much as when I get to it myself. So bear with me. So we are connecting again with this 1111 code, and this is the binary code that's connecting us with the universe and connecting us to our mass awakening, to the reality of our existence. So they're saying that, you know, what's happening really is that many more are starting to look beyond the box, look beyond that black box of the patriarchy, the black box of what we have been programmed to understand about our existence, about our life. Even many are starting to not question the religions as much as try to understand even the religions and their spiritual upbringing in a matter of what it really means for them. So, so that's why many are questioning things. Many are even becoming angry at things, are being defiant, rebellious. All these different things are a representation of what's happening with that mass awakening, or that wake-up call that we're all been getting. So welcome to all those who are just joining in. Jennifer 555, my most amazing number. Hello, India. Lena, I love that name. It's my daughter's name. I love India. I've had past lives in India. I haven't remembered them yet, but I know I do. Happy 11/11/11, everyone from Ireland. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. Okay, Andrea, what's coming for us soon? Okay, I'm going to get to that. So, as I'm talking about the general, what's really happening, because I like to talk about what's happening in general and what is happening in the world around us, because we are not separate from the world. And I know I talk a lot about twin flames, and I talk about divine partners, and about you know, soulmate connections, and people on the ascension journey. But if we don't understand what's our role in the world and what's happening really in the world around us, we won't be able to fulfill our missions and our life purpose. So it is important that we understand what's happening around us, and to really understand what is it that we are here for. Why are we, you know, as a volunteer soul, or as a soul that's coming to reincarnate to help others, and this is why we're here. One of the things about the 11/11 code right now, especially in this month, is about the conversions of timelines, and the idea that we no longer can just communicate in a linear form of a time. So let me just explain that a little bit, because I know some people are connecting with that, and they want to understand what timelines are. A timeline is a roadmap. It's with everything that happens with energy. Like if you make a move, or if you are actually, as a person living this everyday life, that energy that you're creating is still there. It doesn't really go away. So it's like you're creating that roadmap of yourself that is connecting, that keeps on kind of repeating and moves from one point to the other. So a timeline is like a series of events, in a way, that connects you from point A to point B, but also it gives you access not only in that linear sense. Like if you're looking at the way we measure things, and I'm going to show you a little bit. I have got my crystal. Like when we are looking at something, we measure it like with, you know, a ruler, or you know, a form of a measurement. Like you move from one point to the other. That's a point A to point B. That's a linear form of measuring time and how you can move in space. But when we're connecting with our own being, with our own soul, that multidimensional aspect of our souls, our souls does not only move from one point A to point B, but actually it's got like, if you think about a whole bowl and it's a network of things, and you can be moving in all directions all simultaneously at the same time. So when we are converging our timelines, when we are connecting with the different aspects of our soul, we have this opportunity to connect with our own actions, and whether it is considered past, present, or future, all at the same time. Like in this moment, we are connecting here on a live feed, but at the same time, we are creating events in different directions around us. So when you are connecting with a specific timeline, if you are thinking about a past life, for example, that you have been through, or you're remembering things in your timelines, you are actually connecting to an aspect of you that is currently happening, because it's not really in the past. It is kind of happening right now. And you are also connecting with it that can happen in another dimension. So with this 1111 code that we're getting, especially today, and the year 2018 is considered another 11 code, so it's an 1111 code. So it's really a concentration of the energies that are connected with that binary code, with that universal code of the 1111. So we're connecting with it in this moment in time, which means that you have access to yourself in so many different ways. You can access yourself in the past, you can access yourself in the future, you're accessing your own connections right now. And with this sense, we are also downloading, let me see what they're trying to say with that. In a way, we're downloading future codes, or codes and things that we can use in our future, meaning that we are connecting with things that will give us even wider abilities in the coming future, or in our tomorrow, in our way of understanding it. So they're saying that today is very important for us, because with this day, we are also being bombarded by energies. These are a lot of galactic energies, in a way, that are coming to planet Earth right now, that will open us even more to these light codes, to these binary kind of codes. And it's not just about the 1111. It's about many more different kinds of codes that are here to open us up and awaken us up more to this union and oneness energy between humanity and itself, and between humanity and other parts of the universe. Let me see. Awesome. That's great, so that's great to know that. So many more are tapping into what is happening in the world, because again, the world is not all the same. We are all on different ideas of timelines. We are all coming from different perspectives, different cultures, different levels of understanding of our awakening codes. But what I feel right now is that many of the countries and the parts of the world that have been bombarded by, or being kept more in the dark, or being kept more in the division mentality, or in that mentality of the patriarchies, to keep people divided, keep people fighting, keeping people busy with their egos, busy with how they want to prove to others that they are worthy, or they are better than others, and all this kind of ego ways of making us so much away from the origins of our souls. So I feel with all these things is that many parts of the world that have been very dormant, in a way, they're starting to light up their fires, and more flames are coming into them, and to open them up. And it's not easy for them, because I feel many parts of Africa, Asia, the Middle East, of course, and parts of Eastern Europe, that are going to have the most dynamic and vibrant changes coming in the next few years, maybe up to 5 years. So because they're going to be starting to balance with other parts of the world, and I'm not saying that other parts are better, it's just these are specific energies that come, and they come at different times to focus on specific areas where they have to kind of transmute and dissipate the energies of the past, the energies of hate, jealousy, and anger, and fights, and wars, and the patriarchy, gender biases, discrimination of all sorts. So these parts of the world are going to get the most focus in the next few years, because there is no balance right now, and the world has to be balanced because we move together. So one part, for example, if you see that one part can really be working so hard on itself, then another part will be working hard on itself, and then we start to balance so we can all move higher in vibration. We can't all be doing the same thing all at the same time. There'll be so much imbalance. So like one side has to keep balancing the other. That's why even when I think about the winter and the winter and summer, the northern and the southern hemisphere, we still have to be in balance, because if we're all doing the same thing at the same time, it's like it's going to be creating some a lot of confusion. So we have to all be in balance. So we're going to be focusing on that. This is one of the things. Andrea, I'm not seeing South America right now because I feel it is very much connected to North America. So I don't know, this is what they showed me. They showed me these parts of the world right now. Let me just ask see if what they're saying about South America. They're saying it's also coming. You may not be fully seeing it, but it's happening because it's very much connected to North America. It doesn't have, it has a lot, but at the same time, it is not as, it's not as dark or lower energy vibration as other parts of the world. There are other parts of the world that need a much bigger shift. So that's really where they're going to be focused now, because there's so much inequality in those parts of the world. So let's see what's happening with the what else is coming with that. They're saying there's a focus on young people, younger generations, children. Many more children, or the ones that are going to be born in the next few years, are ones who are here to make immediate and divine changes, because they're connecting with other codes. They're coming in, many of them are just volunteer souls coming to increase our vibrations of light, to bring more light to the world. They're saying there are going to be more, these divine children are really coming into the world. So I'm feeling, even for twin flames, divines, they're going to be having children. Some are meant to have children. It doesn't matter if they are your own biological children, or some of them, I'm seeing some of them like would be even adopting babies or children. It's like children are going to be a focus in the next few years, and it's like they're going to be choosing specific families of they're going to be coming to families with higher vibrations in a way, because they're going to be in need of a lot of support so they can fulfill their mission. So it's not like they're going to go into families that are very much unawakened. They're going to go to awakened families because they need that influence right away, because they are going to come with their own divine missions. Hi, Karen. Hi, Ronnie. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, I feel guided that I need to talk about the Middle East in a way, because I know it's one of those areas that's really problematic in some parts of Asia, with so many wars and so many atrocities of the patriarchy. What I know for sure is that people are changing. We're changing our perceptions of our lives. We're changing our perceptions of how we're viewing things, and it's a slow change that is coming to these areas. Of course, there's a lot of focus usually on the Middle East, even in news and in the media, but it's important that we understand why, because you know, in these areas of the world, there's the most ancient civilizations, and when you have areas of the world that have the most some of the oldest forms of our human knowledge, which is yes, Naira, I'll do that. Thank you for pointing that out. So if you, maybe let me just back up a little bit. One of the main things is that you find the media and you find, you know, those lower vibrations are focused on creating chaos, mostly in the areas where the human knowledge really lies. You know, our own creation, our own wisdoms, our own the beginnings of the human civilization, the beginnings of the human ancient forms of knowledge, which were the closest to who we really are. You're always going to find that these are the areas that are going to be getting the most divisions, getting the most actions of war. We're being meant to be afraid of these areas. We're meant to be angry at those places, angry at those people, and these are the forces that try to really manipulate and increase our divisions, especially with areas that have the, you know, the most ancient forms of our knowledge. And of course, the Middle East is one of those main areas. So when you are connecting with the energies of the Middle East, try to always send love to that area, because, you know, of course, with the natural resources and with the where our civilizations really have converged, and you know, our connections to these ancient cultures, and you know, with wars, they try to destroy those artifacts and our ancient sites and all these different things. So connect with these places with love and create love. But I'm seeing that these areas are going to be the focus also of ascension, of energies that will bring more light and more connections to the universe. Because it's time now that these areas become beacons of light that they used to be. And any area with ancient and sacred lands will be the same thing, not just the Middle East, of course. I got a question about what twin flames really are. Twin flames is a kind of a soul connection and a soul bond between two people. It's like the soul gets, when the soul is created, it gets it kind of divided into two different polarities, a masculine energy and a feminine energy. And then these two can be in two different people, and their journey is all about unconditional love. They get to meet, some reincarnate at the same time, but they become volunteer souls to go through human experiences, go through different templates, and their journeys on earth is about healing those templates and about going through these experiences to come back to the unconditional love that is already originally available in the soul itself. So their connection is always very divine. Their connection is like when you meet your twin, you are meeting that person or that energy that is so familiar to you because you've had many past lives together. It's like you know each other. You are already one in a way. Many twin flames reincarnate time after time because they're in their journeys, in their stories of love, in their quest for their own unconditional love, because you cannot be separate from your twin. You're always connected with your twin. You're always having that telepathy connection with your, I mean, it's your own soul. So you're always connected to it. You're always connected, whether you're a man or a woman. There's no gender biases here. Energies can be, it doesn't matter what gender, whether you're a man or a woman, you can carry either forms of energies, feminine and masculine. You can be a man with a feminine energy and you can be a woman with a masculine energy and vice versa. And it doesn't matter what gender. Souls, it's not about the gender, it's about what the soul really represents. So twin flames come into reincarnation to heal their past lives, to heal their karmas, to heal other templates available. And their love for each other is always there. They come to heal templates such as that divide us, like age gaps, biology, sexuality, your skin color, your religion, your culture, all of these different things. They come here to really heal all that. And they come knowing that they have a mission in the world, no matter where you are. You're always going to be connected to that. You know that you're here to create love, to bring love and harmony, and to really connect people together. And each couple have their own mission. They know what their mission is. Even if they're not talking about it, they know it. It's in their heart. It's in their soul. So this is just a hint about twin flames. Of course, it's much more than that. But you know, this is not the goal of my live feed right now. But I want to talk about more what's coming with this 1111 code. So let's see if I have any questions. So let me just get into what's happening with the divine feminine energy and what's happening with the divine masculine. There's going to be more of a general about both energies, because especially this November, we are being integrated more into our union energies, our oneness energies. So let me just tap in because they're saying something. Especially more for twin flames, they are connecting more with their divine source energy, which is the energy of their unconditional love, the basis of the soul, the creation, the love energy that we were all created with. So November is about our unions. We've been working on that especially since October. With the Venus retrograde, of course, we're getting more into our relationships and what we needed to detach from when it comes to relationships. But November, we're going to be focusing on unions. I know that we're getting a full moon in Gemini by the end of November. There's a few things happening this month of November that's really exciting. Jupiter is getting into Sagittarius, its main sign. So that's really good news. We're getting a huge expansion energy coming into Sagittarius, which is our ninth house, that really looks into our spirituality, our philosophies, our travel, our freedoms. So this is really huge for all of us. Mercury is going retrograde, also in the sign of Sagittarius. I believe like the November 16th or 17th. That's another important aspect that we're going to be feeling in the month of November. And Venus is getting out of her retrograde also by November 16th. So that's a lot of good news coming. And it's a lot of expansion energy, a lot of energy regarding communication as well. Let me just talk in general what's happening in November for twin flames, divine partners, and those on an ascension journey. Let me just tune in and see what's coming with it. So November is an interesting month because we are shifting our perspectives, we are shifting gears. We're going to be paying a lot more attention to our unions. This is both energies. Of course, divine feminine has been working really hard on her connection with her union energy, whether it's about another person, really about herself, or I mean, it could be a man too as well, carrying the feminine energy. So our divine feminine is going to really, really enjoy this month of November when it comes to the union energy. But they're saying that what's amazing about the month of November is that both energies, of course, it being represented in two different people, that the two different people are going to be focused so much more on that union energy. And many of the twin flames are going to take specific actions and heal so much of them so they can really magnify that 1111 code within them, because it's an action code. This is an action code. It's not just in our spirit, but we will see it in physical actions. So many of them are going to be able to use the light codes, especially coming in today. They've been coming for about a week now, at least. So these codes and these energies that are coming is opening them up, especially the divine masculine is opening them up for the union energy. So it's clearing so much of their karma, so they're able to start to pay attention to that union energy. With Mercury going retrograde also, it's helping us with our communication issues. So we've been working with, during the Lions Gates energies and back in August, we've been healing more of our communication issues. What is it, how we communicate? Our throat chakras have been healing tremendously about our idea of being able to speak our truth and really be divine and be authentic in our dealings with people. So we've been opening up our throat chakra since August, and especially when Venus started its retrograde, and especially in the month of October, we were able to express ourselves and to say what we need, and to say no to things that we cannot really accept, and to say what we feel, and not just to keep suppressing our emotions and suppressing our own needs for the needs of the group. Because we are also recognizing that our needs are important, and this idea of sacrifices is not what's going to help us all. So that is something that we've been working on for months now, and we've been integrating more of that union self. And November, we're going to feel it even more in an action way. I feel they're saying that like those carrying the divine masculine energy especially are asking themselves many, 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 many questions. What's bringing them peace? How to live in harmony, how to be in balance, and how to love themselves even more. They're getting back into their roots, they're getting back into their homes, they're getting back into what they feel it is true for them. So that's a major transformation coming with the month of November. That is a huge shift that is coming in the month of November for energies. And this is divine masculine energies on collective level, not just the twin flame unions or divine unions or sacred unions like that. This is within the divine masculine self. this is the self that is within all of us, because we carry both divine feminine and divine masculine energies. We have to be in balance between both. But there are individuals who kind of represent that masculine energies and individuals who represent the feminine energies. So those who represent the masculine are going to be, many of them are questioning things, are taking actions. There's several of them are in retreat motion, meaning that they are finding, they're going within. They've been going within back and forth in the last few months, but it's like now it's another set of going within. Some of them are totally going within, totally retreating, and some of them don't need that much, that long space of being in retreat, because they have done so many other retreats. So I'll talk about Jupiter in just a second. So I feel with the general of all that is that we're going to be focusing on union energy. We're focusing on shifting into union energy. And of course, we are all in different timelines, but we're here to bring different pieces of the puzzle together to the world. So especially for twin flames right now, this month, with these special codes coming in with these expansive energies, and Jupiter is going to be expanding our energies of the idea of freedom. So just to answer your question about Jupiter, Jupiter will be expanding our spiritual sense, our learning abilities, our connecting to the freedom of the soul, of course. The idea of travel. Travel is about taking adventures and being able to take risks and pack your bag and just go to a specific place without even planning it. So there will be movement happening with twin flames as well. This is also expanding that within us. And that's for both energies, not just feminine or masculine energies. It is coming for both. Hi, Marla. How are you, my dear little sister? Beautiful sister of light. Yes, so we're exploring all that. This is us packing our bags and taking some leaps of faith and just risks, even if that risk means that we we do things that we haven't done before, and that is both energies. Let me connect and see what else is coming. Communication issues. I feel this is also going to be highlighted in the month of November because it connects deeply with our union energy. If we cannot communicate openly, authentically, and express the truth of our being, then we're not fully in our light energy, and we're not in a high vibration. So we're again detaching from layers that connect to our communication energy. When Mercury comes and when Mercury retrogrades, people have a lot of fears about their communication issue. But I feel when a planet retrogrades, it is to expand and shed the light on things we really hide within ourselves. It's our shadow self that we feel so so vibrant or so under the light. We try to hide our shadow self or our sides that that we don't want to show the world, or we don't even want to see within ourselves. So when a planet retrogrades, it is to really shine the light on the things that we don't want to see. But we have to see, because that's the way we can heal our egos. This is the way we can heal ourselves. So they're saying Mercury retrograde means that they say about technology, but what we're going to be focusing on in the month of November is coming also. And of course, it's happening at the end of November or in the second half of November, but we're going to feel it. I feel we're going to be feeling it much, much earlier than that. We're going to be connecting with more of with our truth about us expressing what we really feel when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to our partnerships. So like those who are in karmic connections, for example, karmic marriages, karmic relationships, I feel many are going to be able to speak more about the truth of how they feel. And it might come as a surprise from for some of their partners or their, I mean, that could be also a work partners. But I feel more it's about relationships and family units. So many are going to be able to really express things they didn't want to express before, but with Mercury retrograde, they won't have a say in that. Really, Mercury is going to take over and he's going to just drag it out of them. He's going to go deeper within each self and help people express the things that they haven't spoken about before. So there could be a lot of anger also coming with it. But at the same time, we need someone to dig deeper into our communication issues so we can actually express things and take action on those things. That's also coming as well. They're saying Mercury is gonna really open up a can of worms in a way, but it's needed because with these codes that we're getting, we have to open ourselves more. So it will be bringing in challenges. So not only that, again, if I'm talking about from the perspective of the twin flames, their partners, their karmic partners are also coming in with communication, open communication about things, even if it's been hidden. Things that have been hidden that they, from a karmic partner's side, Mercury is going to drag it out of them somehow. I feel like a tower energy kind of moments and energies that are going to be opening up things that haven't been said before. So there might be some hurtful things being said, some secrets that are coming out, feelings that were never expressed before. This is both sides of the story. This is us or like you and a divine and either a divine partner. Your twin might come up with things that they've never said to you before. But also, if for those who are in relationships, in karmic connections, in relationships that are started from their ego, they're not really coming from the divine self. These connections are also going to be really, really questions, and they're going to be facing some major things coming up. What I like about what's happening, and I am not an astrologist, but I feel some specific things having Jupiter around, especially with Mercury, going to be retrograding. And again, Mercury has retrograded in all the sun signs. It started with Aries back March and April, and it was in Leo in August, and then it's getting into Sagittarius. So our fire signs are getting this Mercury retrograde really deeply within them. But also Jupiter is there to make a good balance and expansion energy, because it's going to expand on the truth and the truth of the soul. So that's really good energy coming with Mercury. And Venus is going direct. So all the things that we have questioned back in October are going to be, thanks Marla, all the things that we have questioned before about our relationships, it's going to be coming, being highlighted. But at the same time, Jupiter brings good luck, brings a good manifestation, the Zeus energy in a way with it. So it's going to be a really good balance with Mercury. So depends, of course, where you are in your connections, but it's going to be making things, I feel, end faster in a way if a connection is going to end, or if a connection is meant to start, it's also going to go much faster, because we're getting that beautiful energy from Jupiter coming into our spiritual side and coming into our ability to take risks and ability to open ourselves up with more honesty. So let's see. we're also getting that full moon in Gemini. Gemini is the sign that represents twins. It represents two sides. So again, this is again all about our union energies. So we're creating more balance and more grounding to our union energies. We've been going into that, but it takes time to ground such a magnificent and such a wide vibration of energy. And it's going to be coming, because what they're showing me right now is foundation being set, and it's not all coming at the same time, but it comes in bits and pieces. So it's like a house that we're trying to build, and one day we're building the north walls, and another day we're building the south wall, and so on, and we're creating pillars in the middle, we're creating beams and putting wood and putting more bricks. So union energy is such a vast energy, and it comes with high vibrations of love, and it comes with so many changes in our physical realities that we have to take our time with it. It's not just like a one time and it's done. It's like a continuous energy that is shifting. But we are also downloading this template onto planet Earth, so it's available for people to tap into it, and we tap into it based on our own evolution and our own timeline, because we're not all the same, as I mentioned earlier. We take our time with all these different aspects of the soul. So November also is bringing the goddess energy back to planet Earth. And we've been, the feminine energies have been working really hard to download and to ground the divine feminine energies. It's so important now that the divine feminine energies be fully grounded, be fully in their strength, because my own personal feeling about these things and why the divine masculine, they take a lot of time for them to really come into their own power. My own personal feeling about it is that because they have to kind of wait, especially with such an imbalanced earth that we live in, where the patriarchy has made men and those carrying the masculine energy, especially the gender of men, have created so much imbalance with the gender of women and the divine feminine energies in general, not just the women, but the women who carry, the men and women who carry the divine feminine energies. They have been so imbalanced that the divine masculine energies, especially the twin flame energies coming in right now, they have to wait until the divine feminine takes her own power, his or her power, because it gives more strength right now that the divine feminine energies get fully grounded in their strength, because that template has to be really fully open to us right now, and because of the imbalances that we have. So I feel that the divine masculine, in a way, they take their step back and they take their time. And I know we get frustrated with that, but it's all by design, because if men or those because mostly men carry the divine masculine energies, but and even the women who carry the divine masculine energy, we expect, with the patriarchy, we expect men and expect the masculine energies to always be in control and be in their power. But because we have to create a more balanced life now on Earth, we allow the divine feminine energies to take their power, so they're very vibrant and they're very visible. So our divine masculine energy can then come in power, and they're both now in much more balance. That's the union energy, that they're both in their power. And even though we connect with divine masculine, divine feminine energies as individuals, as we look at a person and we see that person representing that energy, but again, it has to be balanced within each of us, like each individual unit, before it really manifests on a much bigger scale. Where are we going, Marla? I know there's a lot of places I have in my mind right now that I really want to go to, but it's a good question though. Where are we going? We should go in a lot of places. But it's a good question. I feel this is also a question that I can, we hope to answer. Where are we really going with all these energies? What are we going to do with it? What are we really going to do with our ascension, with our healing? Where do we really go from here? Well, we go into a new earth, a new way of living, a new way of being, a new way of communicating, a new way of enjoying life. This is why we heal. This is why we're doing what we're doing now. Our real focus really, and why do we, Egypt? Yes, Egypt, for sure. I have it all planned. Don't worry about it. I got it. But Egypt, yes, definitely. This is the motherland. But, you know, this month, and I feel with where we're heading right now, is we're starting to understand why we're doing all this, why we go through so much healing, why we go through so much of our releasing of our past and our detachments from the ego ways of doing things, our old ways of connecting with life. People think that we're supposed to live because we're supposed to be miserable in the way we live, but we're not meant to live miserable lives. We're meant to live happy lives. What really brings us a lot of misery is our connections to our egos. What really brings us fear, what really brings us pain, what we cannot say to others, and what we cannot express to others about who we truly are from the deepness of us. But when we go through all these different kinds of healings and all these different kinds of you know, shifts and transformations and transmuting of energies, we are doing this because we want to create a happier existence, a happier life that people can tap into and that people can experience. We're also able, when we heal so much of who we are, is that we're able to manifest the lives that we want to have for ourselves, the careers we want to have for ourselves, the families, the partnerships, connections, the travels that we want to go to, the places we want to visit. We're all going to be connected to that. This is why we heal. This is how we detach from what has been holding us back. And I feel also connecting with these divine masculine, divine feminine energies for November. I feel the divine feminine energies are going to also be questioning, as much as I mentioned that the masculine are questioning their, you know, their existence and what really is there for them. But I feel for the divine feminine, those really embracing the divine feminine energy within them, I feel the feminine is more looking into what they aspire to be. It feels like it's about dreams, about, it feels more about careers, about missions and life purpose, and their presence in the world. That's what I really feel the divine feminine is going to be focusing on, about their presence in the world. Why are we created, and what is it that they're so gifted at? So they're going to be focusing on their own gifts and talents and uniqueness and shining light on that. This is why we're getting these codes to open us up to the hidden layers within the divine feminine. And we need so much more of the divine feminine energy to be vibrant and to be healed and to be open to bringing compassion and love to planet Earth. And to really step away from the divisions and from the ego about the competition that's between, especially the competition between feminine energies, and especially the gender of women. When women are competing against each other, this is so much disharmony on planet Earth. As much as we have the patriarchy doing their own thing and creating all these nonsense and wars and guns and fights and death, when the divine feminine energy is competing, we're lacking our intuition, we're lacking our creativity, we're lacking love and self-love and nurturing. And without these ingredients, the world becomes such a worse, like a really not only a bad place, but it's a place that cannot really survive. It's like we're planting the trees. We're able to bring the fruits, what we eat and what we feed. It's, you know, the divine feminine is really the source of creation, where everything really starts and everything really begins in the divine feminine energy. So hi Suzanne, how are you? Good to see you. Good morning. So this is why the divine feminine, and we're getting these, we're healing so much of our layers and so much of our ego, and we've done a great job in the month of October, because many more women and divine feminine, even men carrying the divine feminine energy, are stepping into the light, fully into their light, to really stand for what they believe in. That we're getting into power and getting into the power to really say no to the old, outdated paradigms. And it's not a journey against men, because that's, again, against the balance of humanity when women want to compete with men, because we can't compete with our own selves. If we're competing with men, then we're competing with part of who we are. This is about our unions within us. We can't compete against each other. That is division. So it's about bringing harmony and understanding and ascension energies to all of us. So that's what the divine feminine energy is going to be really connected with. And we're going to connect it. They're showing me right now is like people are going to be plugging into, like, we're plugging into that source within all the divine feminine energy, that source of spark. And many of the masculine energy are tapping into that as well, because that's part of their feminine energy within them. They're looking for that spark. And even if individuals carrying that feminine energy forward, they're showing it to the world, because, you know, we're showing these kinds of energies to the world. Their masculine divine partners are also enjoying this side of them, because they are also feeling the need for them to connect to their own feminine sides of creativity, of bringing light to their own talents. I'm also feeling the Mars energy, Mars and Venus energies, the masculine and the feminine. Steve, you have a question I'm seeing about the disconnection between the divine feminine and divine masculine. When we're together, there's no intense connection anymore. Sometimes when we're connecting with another, especially when you're connecting with your divine partner, and you're asking the question if there's no spark, there's no intensity, there's no love, or there's we don't want to talk or express. Sometimes it's really about what is it within us that we are not really living. It's about, are we finding intensity in ourselves? Intensity is passion in ourselves. And we have to dig deeper about our own passion. And we focus on that. Because sometimes, you know, people reflect things to us, reflect energies to us, reflect what's inside us. Are we looking for another person to really show us what's inside us, or are we becoming what's really inside us? So maybe dig deeper into that a little bit. Hi Ray, hi, nice to meet you. It's hard to do like a personal reading right now for someone. Unless you have a question for the collective, would be great. Sona, you're absolutely right. It's like we have to be focusing really on the passions within ourselves, what is really happening within ourselves. They're saying that sometimes, and especially in this now, some of the divine masculine energies that are still awakening and they're still starting their steps forward have felt some confusion about what's going on in their lives, and they're trying to understand why they're confused and why things don't make any sense anymore. And whatever they've been living is not making sense to them anymore. So we have to have compassion for everyone who's awakening to new realities. And I know when we bring change, we can open up, we open ourselves to the idea that people are not going to like our changes. But when we're doing changes from the heart, from our real soul, we have compassion for everyone. We bring love to the situation, and we still love others who don't like us. We don't have to interact with them, but it doesn't mean we have to be angry at them or just, be in competition, trying to show them that we're worthy, and we're trying to show them and prove to them that we're really good. But making choices in what battles we really fight. Are we fighting battles with others, or are we fighting battles within ourselves? So we have to keep questioning all these different things. So anyone has a specific question about, something in the energies right now? Oh, definitely, Maura. We have to keep honoring ourselves all the time, but at the same time, we honor ourselves and we honor others. We appreciate their own uniqueness as much as we appreciate our own uniqueness. The idea of loving ourselves, what does it really mean? It means that we love ourselves and we love the creation of what we are, and we can also appreciate uniqueness in others, because we're all unique beings. Yes, totally right. Hi, Tara. How are you? Good to see you. So what else? Let me see if there's any advice coming for the month of November. They're saying that we have to be open to the changes that are coming to us. Let me tune in. Many of us are going to be flowing with changes, like we're feeling that we're changing, and they're giving us the advice is to keep opening up ourselves to the changes we are experiencing, because they're not random. It's not something that's randomly happening. It is by design. And we can't hide from those changes, because they're meant to accelerate us on the ascension journey and to bring us where we need to be. Let me see, I have a question here. Roxanne, where is your divine masculine energy-wise? I feel your divine masculine is going through a lot of ascension energies. It feels like very much chaos to me right now. Like it's like a big tempest of, like, I don't know why they're showing me the sea with waves up and down. Like it's really, a lot of chaos with it. Like I feel physical symptoms as well with it, like a lot of major changes. So there might be health issues concerned here, like feeling things are not right, with all the ascensions, headaches, things like that come with ascension energies. But it feels pretty good though. It's not a bad thing to happen. This is much needed, Roxanne. So be patient. Andrea, so you're asking about being ready. Well, the idea that, are you ready for your twin? Are you ready for an authentic connection? There is always a specific code between each couple of twins. They agreed on specific things to be achieved, and then if they are meant to have that physical full union together, being all together in all different ways, then it's usually between both of you, and you'll know it. You'll know when you're both ready. It's just gonna come. You're gonna feel it. It becomes a part of your knowing. You don't feel the separation, any kind of separation anymore. You feel connected to everything between both of you, and you feel that there hasn't, if someone is not even in communication, you feel that you've been connecting all the time. You don't really feel time. You don't feel the pain of any part of the connection, and you feel fully in your own power. When you feel fully in your own power, then I feel probably at that time you're going to be ready. And it depends on each set of twins too. Sometimes they do it together and they're still even living together, but they're not in full union. And sometimes they have to step away from each other in physical. So when I'm asking why does it have to be a battle, and most of the time it doesn't have to be a battle most of the time, because we're in a battle when we are still fighting with our egos. We're in a battle when we're still trying to heal. So that's the battle. But when we reach points where we are not fighting our idea of healing our egos, or we're not fighting this level of connection between us and another, then it's not going to be a battle. It's going to be like a way of knowing and a way of doing things. Like you wouldn't feel that it's so hard, because you literally get to know what it feels like to heal, and what when you're healed of something, and it becomes like, I know how to do this. It's like learning a new language. At the beginning of learning the language, you have a hard time remembering vocabulary, grammar, how to say specific words, how to do specific things. But you keep taking classes and you keep taking courses, and every time you get challenged with those tests and quizzes. But at a certain level, even if you're getting a test or a quiz, it's like you know how to use this language. You know how to deal with it. So it's not an upward, it's not like you're fighting yourself to learn something so hard. It's just becomes part of your program, and then you become fluent in how to do it. And again, we're here to create peace and harmony with and healing our karmic connections, healing templates. So we're healing years and thousands of years in many ways with karmic templates and foundations that are not really solid on planet Earth, and we're really creating solid foundations on planet Earth now. So take your time with it. Don't, I know it's hard. We complain about it a lot, and when we're going through that tempest of healing, but over time we learned how to work with it. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Awesome, that's really good. I know you guys are curious about your divine masculine. Roberta, you're asking about your divine masculine. He's learning a lot of different things. There's a lot of wisdom he's starting to tap into, and a sense of grounding as well. It's taking so much of his energy. He's starting to feel more pain of separation, even if it's not being expressed. But separation here is meaning being so separate in a way from what is truth within the soul. So that's a sense of separation I feel he's feeling. So it's like taking another detour or another shift to go back into and to really shift gears towards what's real. Thank you, Roxanne. Namaste. And Maura, your DM. Feels doing really good. A little bit detached at the moment, taking a step back, not knowing what's going on, what is happening to me. As I feel that's what he's questioning right now. What is this happening to me? And trying to stay grounded with it. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Thank you for joining in. You know, this is taking a little bit of time, but I know people are joining in, and I hope I can repost the video so those who have missed the beginning can really hear what happened from the beginning. So that's what I feel more, taking a step back to go steps forward, some questioning going on. Steve, definitely is always a reason why some choose to physically be always connected, because it, you know, it's again, you know, it's a choice that each couple, in a way, you know, that's what we do. You know, some choose to work together, some work different. It's just, you know, we're all very different when it comes to that. That's a good question, Don. What is real union? Okay. I feel union is when we are stepping into our own power. This is our real union energy. We step into our own power when we are authentic, when we are open, when we are less challenged by the physical world. We become whole in our connections with people. We make better connections with people. We vibrate much, much higher. We vibrate with love. We vibrate with divine guidance. We vibrate with oneness, that we are all connected. We don't feel separation from others as well as ourselves. Like, we don't say it's them versus us. This is really connecting to the full truth of the union energy. And when it comes specifically to a connection with your divine partner, when you have healed what really separated physically you and your partner, like what you've healed, that separate the reasons for the separations, the idea of that we physically have to disconnect, because it's just a physical disconnection, a 3D physical disconnection. When we have healed all these different things to the point that we don't feel pain with it, we are actually able to help others with it, then we're getting more into the union energy. And both, you know, I feel both divine partners have to be in that same level, that they are able to vibrate into that level, because the twin flame energy as a template, it is a frequency and it's a vibration between two people. Although it is between both of you and you have that same level that you both vibrate in exactly the same, but again, as a unit together, you vibrate in a way that others can actually feel it. You become more into your multidimensional self. You become so aware of this universe the skills that you learn as a soul, the skills that you learn in your journey itself becomes something in your everyday program. You work with it, you understand it. And it's not just about you with another person. That twin flame connection itself is meant for us to understand how to deal with the world and how to heal others. If you are a healer, and we heal in so many different ways. You can heal by your music, by your cooking, if you would like to cook, and with whatever your gift truly is. That is really the union energy within all of us. And you tap into it. And again, it's between you and your twin. You realize what is your place. When is it that you are able to be home? Because union is your home. And this is different between each couple. You're welcome, Roberta. Madeline, you and your twin, your divine masculine. I do agree with you. I feel you guys are doing almost the same things at the same time, but in very different parallel ways. Like two pieces, like two different sides of a coin, if that makes sense to you. Hey, Hassan, how are you? Oh, Carol, that's amazing that you're singing. That's amazing. Just singing. Singing is an amazing way to raise your vibration, whatever really connects with you. Hassan, I don't know, Hassan. Well, what I can tell you about your past soul. Well, the first thing that came with you is the idea of torment. That you've endured a lot of pain in many of your past lives, and it's affecting you right now. It's actually kind of a block to you in a way, because in your past lives you have not been treated really well by other humans. And I see, because they're showing me a past life of you really working such hard labor, and some of it has also some torture in it, physical torture with it. So that's really affecting you in a way. This has to be healed. This idea that you are victim to others. For those who feel that their divine masculine is taking a step back, there's no problem with it. You should be open to things like that, because at times we want to take our step back because we have to really go within. It's part of our soul, the ability to know when we need to take a step back and when we can take a step forward. It's part of our intuition as well. So it's a good thing. It's connecting to that. Sona, yeah, I feel that too. When we feel that what we've been connected with is no longer there, of course, that change brings some fears here. Let me see what other questions are coming. Natalie, hi, nice to see you. Let me read your question. Natalie, one of the amazing things that twins communicate through dreams, because it's a time where you kind of let go of your guard and you can communicate freely and openly with someone's soul. So believe in your dreams and believe what these dreams mean. It doesn't mean necessarily that it has to happen in this now moment, or it represents this now moment, like, exact this hour, for example. But it's a communication. It's like a telepathic communication between you and your divine masculine energy. And it comes to you as a confirmation. I'm personally one of those people who believe in the dreams a lot, because I get a lot of communication in my dream state. I get answers to things I can't figure out on my own. And definitely keep yourself open to this. Natalie, and I also see you waking up and you being able to trust and have faith in what you feel and your intuition. So work on your intuition. It feels to me that you would mistrust your own intuition, and you have to keep working on it, creating a level where you're able to trust your own self as well with that. Lakshmi, how are you? Good to see you. Special message for you. They're saying believe in yourself. Definitely believe in yourself. Don't doubt your steps and don't doubt what you are. Your steps forward are meant to happen. Keep putting strength and keep having foundation with them. And trust the guidance is coming to you and be able to discern energies as well. I feel that's important for you. Kimberly. Kim. Well, they want to say to you, just don't lose sight of where you're heading. Don't lose sight. Keep focused on where you're going. Don't be distracted. Keep your eyes on the prize. That's what they want you to know. Oh, Carol. Let me see. Carol, you can, hopefully I'll be able to, you can replay the video because I want to make sure that I answer other people's questions. Hey, Carmina, how are you? Good to connect with you. Love you. Thank you. What else? Oh, Jennifer, I did talk about children earlier, that there's a lot of emphasis and there will be focusing on children coming up. Then the ones who are not born yet, but the ones that are here. You're saying you work with children. That's amazing, of course. How are school children? I feel children are coming, and especially the younger ones, and I also feel them more in the teenage years, or the younger ones. I'm gonna say up to the age of 12. They're tapping into that new paradigm of the new earth, the new templates, the new foundations of light, the new foundations of love. But at the same time, as much as they're trying to break forward and break the templates of the old, they're really having a harder time with the patterns of the past that are really trying to keep molding them into the old paradigms. Because, I mean, and not in a bad way, sometimes the, you know, the adults try to do it. It is really just that's what they know. So they feel that's what they should be teaching. So it's quite a challenge, really, for the younger ones to want to know and talk about things that the older people, you know, adults or the people that are in charge of those children are not willing to talk about, especially. So that's an amazing thing. That's a lovely mission that you and your twin are doing, is to connect with the younger generations and to help them be open and to feel nurtured and supported in their thoughts and in their ideas. And it's not easy, of course, if you work in the school system, to be able to go out of the box. But I feel there'll be more people open if you are going at it with a very wise attitude, not with a challenging attitude. That's awesome, Maura. That's amazing, Madeline. I talked about music. You know, sometimes, you know, our mission is really through music. We're not all going to be psychic readers or psychic healers or anything like that, or doing energy healing. We have to be in different places. Some are amazing doctors and they're bringing amazing changes to the world. Some are researchers, scientists. Some are, you know, it could be an electrician, a plumber. You can be anything, a teacher, whatever it is. It's all different fields, and it's your gift, and honor that gift, and don't feel distracted by any others. That's awesome though. That is so cute. Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, why not? That's amazing. Yeah, exactly. Now that's what they really are pointing out. So keep working on that when you're meditating. Or actually, what I also feel with that, I know meditations can sometimes be confusing to some people, but really work with your own intuition and see, like it becomes like your own error, trial and error, and you're going to understand your intuition and tap into it and feel it. We're all, we all understand our intuitions in so many different ways. So connect with that, you know. What else? Lisa, how are you? Lisa. DMs, they're going through. I feel more that your DM's trying to find, himself really right now before finding anybody else. Really trying to find himself. And it's interesting that all the divine feminine, 50% of you ask questions about themselves, and we also have to ask about the divine masculine. That's part of the shift we have to really be going through, is that we ask about ourselves and we connect deeper with ourselves. And when we connect deeper with ourselves, we will understand what's happening. The divine masculine, gets all the attention. So always, love yourself more and find more about what makes you live a passionate life. Awesome, Carol. That's great. I'll get back to it, but I want to see if there are other questions that would help the collective. So Diane, you release your connection, attachment to your twin in 3D. That's great. We're all connected. Our children is also connected to our divine masculine, divine feminine, like our own twin. Well, many of them, they've been their sons and their daughters in past lives, so the connection is very deep. When you love a soul, and when a soul is part of you, then you're definitely connected deeply with it. They are connected with them. Hi, Kara. How are you? I love Asia. How is Asia? Musician. Oh, I got some musicians today. That's awesome. Write more music, Kara. Like write. Connect with writing, words, poetry, songs, things like that. They want you to write notes. That's what I got with you. Awesome, Jennifer. Always bring love and harmony into everything. That's okay, Andrea. I know everybody is looking at that, but I want to, probably end. It's 1:44 now. I just what I was saying. I'm going to end my video. It's at 1:44, so I think we're all getting this divine connection with union and, with the volunteer souls around Earth. Let me see if I have some ending notes from our spirit guides, and if there's something that I have to mention right now about what's coming, and any advice from spirit. They're really saying that we're going to have to work a little bit harder on ourselves and really detach, because November is going to help us detach so much more from our egos. We've been going through this major shift. There's been so much happening, and this is like a major push right now, and because the gears are shifting so much more, that our own efforts, our own passion is going to help the shift become smoother for many others, because it's not just about us, it's about others connected to us. More physical connections between, there's a timeline that is connecting many, like I want to say key twin flame unions and key unions. So it's definitely something that, you know, we have to that we're going to be seeing in the next several months. I know I talked about unions coming in the month of summer, and we're getting into that spiritual connection with unions, but connections more on the physical sense is also unions. When you acknowledge your twin and you have that acknowledgement, you're really into that union energy, acknowledging each other. So that's coming also. December is also going to be another major month for us, not just because it's the end of the year, but it's bringing so much balance that that has been sometimes lacking between divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And that is really, we're going to feel it so much more by the month of December. And we're working on that shift right now in November. It's very intense in November when it comes to that. Of course, it depends on where you are in your own ascension. So open up to what's really coming, and really take your time with things, with your actions, with understanding where you're heading. Oh, this is awesome. Great that you guys are seeing all the 144s. Thank you, Maura. Thank you. There's some people just joining now, but I'm getting into, you know, ending the video because it's getting a little long. Unless you guys have another question or some questions, please ask them before it's 1:47. So I'm always on the clock with the 111s and the 144s. Any other questions before I get to end the video for 11:11 today? Yes, so about keys too. Yeah, so yeah, that's awesome. This is codes, ascension codes. So just to end my video, of course, if you need more a dig deeper into your own connection with your twin, there's so much more that I don't want to. This is a public, video as well, and some of these connections, of course, we all have to have our privacy. If you want to connect with me, please connect with for a reading on my website soulspeak.com. Also join my Facebook group page, Soul Speak. It helps with the notifications, and of course, I would love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll leave all the connections and all the contacts as well with the video when I upload it. I'll be doing more readings for Skype sessions and one-on-ones, and also I'm doing like annual readings. These are specific readings that give you some guidance about what is happening in your 2019. So these book pretty easy, and they if you want to get more connections with what you want to see be healing and connecting with, and then in the next year, please go to my website and see that service as well. It's been an amazing 11/11/11, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this live feed, and I'll connect with you soon again with whatever I channel coming up. Enjoy a blessed day, bring love and harmony, and thank you to those who joined me and spent time with questions. I wish you all the best, and I send you all my love, and I'll connect with you pretty soon.